Hello and welcome. I'm in Waans, near Stavoren in the Netherlands. Actually, I want to be on my way to Portugal already, but then we found out that the rig is not 100% okay. So there is some repair to be done, and that will take around 4 or 5 days. So I'm a little bit delayed this time. So we did a lot of preparations because from Portugal we want to cruise on to the Canary Islands. And we installed, for instance, some solar panels here. We put a bimini up and some other things. And that's what I would like to show you now. It all has been built with 25mm V4A steel pipes with some fittings. The advantage is you can modify your construction as needed with those fittings if there are changes necessary. They can take pressure forces very well, but as soon as you pull, then they are not very strong, and that's the reason why I put those steel wires in, which can take the pull forces as well. Yeah, the whole construction is designed by me. It all started with a picture where I had Jambo in the right position, and I put this sketch together. Then I created the bill of material, and then I started purchasing. It's very important to find sources which are not that expensive, but I'm very pleased it worked out very well. So then I started a few weeks ago, and after 1 week I was really frustrated and desperate because it didn't work out as I designed it. So it didn't seem to work. But then I had the right idea when I had a beer in the evening, so and then it went on, and I had to change a few things in between. So when I had the first prototype together, I tested it a little bit, and then I found out then were some modifications necessary. So this one is now the final construction, and I'm fairly okay with it. So it needs to be tested on the way to Portugal. So total cost of it is roughly 2,000 euros, probably a little bit more. I lost a bit the overview at the end when I needed to buy a few additional pipes and some fittings, but roughly probably 2,000 to 2,100 euros. So then I put the solar panels on, 4 units with 120 watt peaks, which means the total installed power is 480 watts. That's a theoretical number, so we need to see what's coming out, but I'm quite pleased with the first results. So then I bought all the cables, the cable connectors, and the controller, the charge controller I think is the right word here. And I will show you that as well. So total price for that, I know everybody's always interested in those numbers as well. So in total roughly 1,300 euros for that. And then finally the bimini, which I got a couple of weeks ago, which helps to be in the shade when we are on the Canary Islands. We go downstairs and have a look in this cabin. So I need to make it clear here. So both charge controllers are sitting under this mattress. So ready? Let's have a look. Yeah, the cabling could probably be done a little bit better, but let's have a look from the other side. So here are the two charge controllers from Victron, 100/20. So the 100 is for the 100 volt maximum input, and 20 is the output in ampere. So what we see here is a Stirling power controller for the engine accumulator. The advantage is using the perfect loading curve for the AGM batteries on one end, and it gives much more power via the Stirling controller as using the charge controller of the accumulator. So the engine is behind here, so I had short ways with the cable. Let's get back into the salon. Let's have a look on those controllers. So I connected both with those tablets here. So here on the left side we see the two solar modules which are located port side, and here the two for starboard. So this one already switched off because the batteries are full, and here we see a little bit float going through. So but quite good. So 5 days ago I had 1.2 kilowatt hours in one day, and the other one delivered almost 1.1, so 2.3 kilowatt hours. It is almost 190 ampere hours per day, so which is quite good. And hopefully if we go more south, the results might be even better. So what we also can do here, we can adjust according to the needs of the batteries. So the voltage here, the maximum voltage, 14.7 volt, and then the float voltage is 13.8 volt. So that is quite good, so perfect for those batteries. No, I'm very pleased with the first results here. So we started on 23rd, so I got 16 kilowatt hours. So not every day we got the maximum out because the batteries were full. So what else is new? I put those wooden bars in, which I can remove. And they help me to keep the books in the right position, and also some other belongings. It's the same at starboard. There's those nets we had before. Then I put steel bars, little steel bars behind here. Let's see if I can show that. I think it might be visible here. Yeah, so steel bars behind here. So that's much stronger now, and helps me to hold me. And here I put additional screw in to make it very strong. Now let's have a look what I changed behind here. So what do we see here? So we have two power converters. This one was already in last time, 1500 watt. This one was a spare one which I had stored here on board. Then also I put the land cable to this position, so I cut it at the control station and put one end to here. So so the power from land is coming to that point. So via this cable it gets to the board net, so I can easily put it into here and then have it running via the converter, so I get 220 volts independent of the land power here on board, which is quite handy in some situations. So also gives me the opportunity to put another inverter in from 110 volt and 60 hertz in the US to 220 volts and 50 hertz here in Europe. So if I go sometimes there, I can do that, and that's already down here. Yeah, I took it out, and that's a unit which we can see here. So it's 110 volt AC to 220 volt AC up and down. So you need to choose the right input source. That's 220 volt. That's 110 volt. So this one goes into this socket over there when I'm connected with land power, electric power there. And then, so, and from here I get 220 volt when I'm in the US. Yeah, let's see if I go that far. So I'm not sure if you really go that far. It depends a little bit on the system and how it all works out. Not sure if I mentioned the weight of the solar modules. In total that's 25 kilograms. So with a steel pipe construction, the total weight here is roughly 80 to 85 kilograms, which is from my standpoint okay. So just the weight of a person. So I flexed them slightly to the end because then they are more stable in harder wind conditions. I already tested it up to 7 before, the Bimini up to 6 before. Everything worked out very well. So I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, now I would like to show you where we are going this summer. So I already mentioned we go to Portugal and then further on to the Canary Islands. So let's have a look. Yeah, let's have a look on the cruising plans which I prepared. Actually, we haven't started on 11th of June. We are a week later, but the plan is almost the same. So we want to stop in Den Helder, Scheveningen, Blankenberge, Cherbourg. Bit longer cruise, 220 nautic miles, and then Camarinhas, 530, Muros, Vigo, Bayona, Viano do Castelo. And then I want to be early in July, I want to be in Porto. Okay, that's a plan, but it always depends on the weather and on the wind conditions. But I think it's doable because we're cruising at a good time in the year, end of June, early July. So weather conditions should be fairly alright, what we can see here. Yeah. So then from Porto I'm cruising down to Lissabon together with my partner Anke, and we want to stop in Figueira da Foz, Nazaré, Peniche de Chima, Cascais, a bit longer stop, and Lissabon also a bit longer stop. So we're really looking forward to that. And then I'm flying back to Germany, and will return with my sailing comrade Klaus, our smoothie, and together we are going to sail to Madeira and want to stop at Quinta do Lorde. So that is 525 nautical miles and is roughly 4.5 days. And then Klaus will fly back to Germany, and then I will be single-handed and will stop in Santa Cruz, La Palma, then La Gomera, and afterwards Tenerife. So then Los Gigantes, Puerto Colón. So it depends a little bit on the mooring situation and availability of a berth. And then I'm intending to be in Las Palmas at the end of August. And then end of September I'm going to return with my partner Anke. And then we want to explore Fuerteventura with those stops, Morro Gran Tarajal, Puerto de Rosario, and afterwards Lanzarote. We're really looking forward to that as well. So with Puerto del Carmen, Arrecife, and then at the end 100 nautical miles back to Las Palmas, Gran Canaria, and then the final week just Gran Canaria. We haven't really decided where we're going to stop, so I put a few places down in the cruising plan, like Puerto de Pasito Blanco, this one, Anfi del Mar, Puerto Rico, the Puerto de Mogan. I think we try to stop there definitively. Yeah, those are the plans. I'm really excited. Will be a great sailing summer. Yeah, how we will continue from the Canary Islands is not decided yet. We definitely want to be back in the Netherlands in September 2020. So actually there are two options going back, either going east via Spain, Portugal, France, Belgium to the Netherlands, or the other way around, going west. But let's see, I need to see how the system works here. But now, after the hard day, we have a beer. So this one has been sponsored to us by the Bitburger Brewery. Many thanks for that. And cheers.